Welcome back, brothers, to another video. Hopefully you're ready to go down this deep, dank, wet hole, because we're about to lose ourselves in the madness of the rumors. Over the past couple of weeks, really months really, we've been talking about some massive things on this channel and the big things on the horizon for Warhammer 40,000. On today's agenda, I want to explore that a little bit more in terms of 11th edition. I want to talk a little bit more about Horus Heresy, because this year apparently is going to be the big year for Horus Heresy, and a little few things in between. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. As always with videos like this, please remember, rumors are rumors. Nothing here is factual, everything is lies until it's posted over on the GW website, community posts, social media posts, anything like that. So everything you're about to hear is a rumor and not fact. So I want to start big, and I want to start talking about 11th edition because there's so much talk about 11th. There's so many questions about 11th edition, and I'm hoping to answer those questions so we're all on the same level. First question. What the hell? Why is 11th edition upon us? We're only in 10th. Surely there's more time in 10th edition before we get 11th. Well, if you look at 8th edition, 9th edition, 10th edition, there's been around 3.5 years in between each of those editions. That's what Games Workshop does. In those 3 years, they put out all the Codex books, your Necrons, your Space Marines, your Tyranids, etc., etc. All that comes out. Then the last, I'd say about 8 to 12 months, they put out like a narrative story. We had Pariah Nexus, the last one we had in 9th edition with Arcs of Omen, that then linked to 10th edition. Now, what I initially heard, and well, I didn't initially hear, something that was deep down in my gut, I thought we were going to get 11th edition before the end of this year, and I was dead certain on that. I was like, they're putting out the codexes super fast. I think they're trying to just jump ahead and get 11th edition out the way. And what I'm hearing now from the Whispers of the Warp is that is not true. Apparently 2026, summer 2026 is going to be the brand new launch date for 11th edition. So we've got more or less a year in us before we get that brand new edition of 40k. In the meantime, they're going to be putting out, of course, all the rest of the codexes. We've still got Space Wolves, Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights, Black Templars, Leagues of Votan. There's that Salamander image, which we're all, talking about. Is it going to be a campaign book? Is it going to be a narrative thing? Is it going to be Space Marine Codex 2.0? There's so much talk, there's so much rumor about that at this moment in time. We can literally go in any direction. There's a lot of big things happening. Now, I've done videos in the past stating about new ranges that are coming for Space Marines. Apparently there's going to be a brand new land speed, a drop pod, Vanguard veterans, a new variant of speeders. The Outriders are supposed to be going multi-part. A very fast attack elite things that's happening. I say fast attack because I mean by speed. Drop pods, Vanguard veterans descending from the skies, Outrider bikes doing wheelies and stuff. That's what I mean by fast attack. That's the direction they're going in. Now, from what I'm hearing through the Whispers again, is that that's looking like to be somewhere around 11th edition. If I'm not mistaken, I would not be surprised if most of that stuff is going to be in the 11th edition launch box. Of course, for people who are just jumping on this and have no idea about the 11th edition launch box, from what I've heard again from the Whispers, is that the 11th edition launch box, can't get the words out, the 11th edition launch box is supposed to be themed with Space Marines versus Orcs. So of course we're going to get a bunch of new Space Marine stuff in there, as we always do with each new edition, and the Orc side is supposed to be getting some new units as well. I've heard a few things about the Orcs. There's supposed to be new elite units in there. I'm not sure what those elite units are. Maybe they're going to be like brand new plastic knobs, because I know that that is needed. Maybe Storm Boys to counter, like maybe the Vanguard veterans are going to be in there, so you get Storm Boys to counter that. Of course, there's going to be a brand new HQ. I'm hearing a brand new War Boss is going to be in that box set as well. I'm not sure it's going to be a named character. I doubt it will be a named character. Hopefully it is a named character, because I love new characters introduced into the lore. But yes, there's a lot of stuff in the air at the moment in terms of what's going to be in that box and how it's going to be themed. All I really know at this point is a few specifics, and of course it's Space Marines versus Orcs, and the Orcs are supposed to be the big narrative of 11th edition. I say narrative in air quotes because the Tyranid narrative in 10th edition has basically gone nowhere at this point. We had a big page of awesome stuff that happened when the 10th edition book came out, the Leviathan book, and we thought, it's got to be massive with the 4th Tyrannic invasion in the Segmenta Pacificus, and really nothing has come of it as of yet. Maybe that'll change towards the end of this edition when they start putting out the narrative side of it, but at this point, who the hell knows? Personally, I think what we'll see this year is them getting out the majority of the codexes. Of course, the Death Guard, the Thousand Sons, the World Eaters, they're all due around spring. Summertime is going to be, you know, the Black Templars, the Night Codexes, etc. The stuff that we've already seen on, like, the timeline and stuff that they posted. Then towards the end of the year, we're going to start seeing stuff like Space Wolves, Leagues of Votann, maybe Dark Eldar, that kind of stuff, just to finish the year off. And then once the next year starts, I think that is when we're going to get the narrative campaign. And again, I have no idea what that narrative campaign is going to be. If it is going to be orcs in 11th edition, and the rumors are to be trusted, then maybe it's going to be orc themed. Something I did hear, which is very, 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 very spicy indeed, and this comes from a big pool of rumors, which we've talked about before on the channel. Now, apparently in the Nachman Gauntlet book, Chaos are supposed to win that. Now, I heard years ago, really, that Chaos were supposed to win the Nachman Gauntlet. They control the Nachman Gauntlet, the passage. The Imperium finds a new passage and they use that. But also attached to that rumor was the Orc narrative moving forward, where the Orcs go back to Armageddon and we have another massive, huge battle around that. And then that could bring a bunch of new stuff in there, because we know the demons are on Armageddon, Orcs, Imperium, that means you can set up multiple chapters going back to Armageddon, Grey Knights for a refresh on Armageddon, and of course a bunch of new Orc stuff as well, all happening around Armageddon. I keep saying it, for people who don't know, Armageddon is Ullanor. It is the home world of the Orc. It is their terror, so that is why they're drawn back to it. That's why they want to go there. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the Orcs win Armageddon and they take their planet back, which would really shake up things in the narrative. That is what I would like to see. So what's the big things going to be happening this year then? Again, Space Wolves have still got their big refresh, but if we go back 10,000 years, the big summer release apparently is going to be Horus Heresy and its new edition. Now, when I say new edition, some people are calling it 2.5, some people are calling it 3.0. I don't really know. I'm not really into the rules of Horus Heresy. I've heard a few things, but nothing massive, nothing spectacular. I think it's more or less just going to be like a 2.5 update. But the big thing around it, of course, is the brand new box set. And that box set is supposed to be themed Salamanders versus Iron Warriors. In there, there's supposed to be brand new Mark II plastic Marines, a brand new plastic Praetor that's supposed to be Mark II, Saturnine Terminators. When I say Saturnine Terminators, it's the ones with like the massive, big, you know, oval shoulders and the little head peeks out. There's supposed to be a brand new Saturnine Dreadnought in there, which sounds incredible. I can't wait to see what they do with that. And also there's supposed to be a brand new like big gun emplacement or a big weapon battery in there that we haven't seen before. There's been other rumors as well about like brand new rapier cannons coming out in plastic and stuff, bolters and grav cannons. I covered that last week, but this year is supposed to be the big release for Horus Heresy. They've been giving us plenty of Horus Heresy First Day articles, which have been pretty decent, really. You know, we've got the Mechanicum stuff last week in plastic box sets, and hopefully that carries on, a bunch of new characters coming, etc., etc. So if you're into Horus Heresy, it's looking like this summer is going to be your time for that brand new edition and that brand new Space Marine box set. And just to finish off the video, because I got a bunch of questions about this, about Old World. Now, I did a previous video about the units around Old World with a brand new faction that's been introduced, and that is Cafe Mate, right? That's how I say it, Cafe. I don't know how you ever pronounce it. So we did that video. We went through a bunch of units, you know, new air balloons, you know, big giant units, spear guys, you know, horse archers, yeah, the whole shebang. Again, I covered it in a previous video, and a lot of questions were, when is that releasing? Is it coming this year? I'm not hearing 2025 for Cafe. I'm hearing Cafe is supposed to be coming in 2026. I personally think when the release of Cafe comes, I think that's when we're going to start to see more of a refresh to the general Old World stuff. Maybe we'll start to see like more Dwarf Warriors being redone, more Empire General Troops being redone. At this moment in time, they're just putting out the old plastic armies, of course, with a few HQs attached to them. But Cafe is supposed to be the first big brand new armor for Warhammer the Old World. I'm really excited to see it. It was either that or High Elves with me. They've just announced High Elves on pre-order. And I'm like, should I do it? I'm like, no, I'm just going to wait to see what Cafe looks like. But Cafe is 110% happening, and everything in that range is going to be brand new. Anyway, Chaperonios, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, as always. If you got any thoughts, feedback, any questions at all, post it down below, and I'll do my best to try and answer them down there. Or I'll make a video about it next week and try and answer the questions in that one. Again, exciting times coming for 40k. This year is going to be absolutely packed with awesome releases. Again, Chaos releases, Imperial releases, Leagues of Votann, Dark Eldar. Hopefully we'll get something amazing. I keep saying I think Dark Eldar should get Vet as part of their army, but that's just me going into fan theory at this moment in time. I want to try and do a foil video this Friday, going into some really, really big things, which I expect and, you know, I foresee and what I want to happen. But that is another video for another time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching, as always. See you in a bit. Have a great day, and bye-bye.